Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the Glory Reds podcast. It's your boy, Don Benito. And remember what I said when I said this is going to be a busy week? Well, the week is underway and things are happening. Things are moving. So, we're going to be talking about Xerxes starts training at Carrington. Eriksen is about to leave Manchester United. Wan Bisaaka as well. Manuel Ugarte might be coming in. And Lindelof starts training. I don't know what you guys have to say about that, but we'll dive into it. So Xerxes started his training at Carrington, which is very, very good news. A new signing. Obviously, the guys are still in America. He's not joining them. When they get back, that's when he's going to be part of the team. So it's good that Xerxes gets acquainted with the place. With the training facilities, the staff. I don't know what coach is left back there, but I'm pretty sure that they can get him up to speed and he can start learning the history and start, you know, embedding himself in Manchester United, if you know what I mean. Because if I was in that same situation, if I was in Xerxes' shoes, I probably would have been digesting everything, just absorbing everything, like everything about the club before the guys come back. And then and there are other guys as well. There's some guys that haven't yet come back for training, and there's some that are coming back into training. So he's not gonna be alone. So that's good news. That's good news. At least our one of our signings is training, and I'm happy. We need to get these boys up to speed. Remember, Fulham is 3 weeks away. Like we are playing Fulham, not like just tomorrow. We're playing Fulham. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for the new season. It was nice seeing him at Carrington there, riding the bikes. Being put through the paces. I love to see that. I'm excited for the new signings as well. And yeah, Joshua Xerxes. Here we go. This is he's ours. And then Eriksen. I want to talk about Eriksen because Eriksen has been speaking a lot lately. No, I want to say a lot, but he was just talking about his future and like how it is with players and wanting game time. Game time is the currency for players. You don't get game time, you get frustrated, you don't play, everything looks like it's all doom and gloom, you know what I mean? And Eriksen, not ever since he came back, that is a lie. But last season, he didn't really play a huge role because he was also part of those people that were injured and coming in. He was a bit part player last season. And now he's left with 1 year left on his contract. If we don't make anything happen between now and next season, then this guy's going to walk for free, which just defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to raise funds. And this is actually something that I forgot. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I didn't mention it. I only remembered it today or when I was preparing myself for this show, that I forgot to mention that, and I kept on forgetting that, even with the Wan Bisaaka, because I know for the longest time I've been preaching and wanting to keep Wan Bisaaka, saying he's a good defender, no. But what I forgot to mention in my argument that would have already circled the whole thing was that Wan Bisaaka is left with 1 year left in his contract, and if we're not trying to extend his contract, then we might as well sell him, and that is what we're trying to do. So that's what's happening with Eriksen. Now we bought Eriksen. Now we got Eriksen for free, if I'm not mistaken, from Brentford. I think it was for free, or I actually do not remember how much we bought Eriksen for. I'll have to go and confirm. But if I'm not mistaken, we got him in for free. And yeah, and now we are in a position to sell him for about 5 M's, 5 mil. So I don't know how much. I don't know if that translates anything to anybody, but there are two teams that he might be going to: Anderlecht and Ajax. One team is in Belgium, and the other team is in the Netherlands. I don't know which one he's going to pick. Something tells me he might just go back to Ajax because that's where he played most of his football growing up. You know, he played for Ajax back in the days. He has a very good relationship with the club. Um, so I probably see him going back to Ajax and trying to do something there. I mean, I think Ajax are playing in the Champions League, or are they? Or they're trying to get into the Champions League, but they're in Europe next season. And Eriksen right now he's looking very good, especially the game against Arsenal. He looked very, very good. He's his set pieces were on point. He didn't look like he was. I don't know. He didn't look like he was sluggish. Let me say that. And this adds on to what he was saying when he was talking about his game time. Because the whole point of this situation of wanting to find a place for Eriksen is because he has fallen way behind in the pecking order. When you look at our midfielders at Manchester United, you've got El Capitan Bruno, then you've got number 7 Mount, and then you've got McTominay, then you've got Kobe, then there's Sofian Amrabat, and then there's Collier, and then there's Casemiro, and then there's Eriksen, and then there's, you see, nine, and he has already fallen down that pecking order. Like, he doesn't start before Menu, Bruno, or Casemiro. Sometimes even Scott McTominay. So it makes no sense having the Great Dane here at Manchester United. I honestly think we need to move him. And should I just say, you know, when we brought Eriksen in, it was a fantasy. For me, it was like, wow, this is a player that I would have, I wished to see at Manchester United, but maybe in his earlier years. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things where I was excited and happy that we got Eriksen because he's a very, very good footballer. And he's very easy on the eye. He's a joy to watch. Unfortunately, we got the later stages of him. Like, we never got the best of him. It's like right now, imagine we were linked to Luka Modric, you know, in a very strange, bizarre way. We're trying to bring Luka Modric back to the Premier League so he can do what he used to do for Real Madrid. Does that make sense? Like, his best years are gone. And I feel like Eriksen, it's time for us to move on as well. So keep a lookout on Eriksen. He be on the move anytime soon. Wan Bisaaka to West Ham is very, very, very imminent, my people. Very imminent. This guy, and again, he's also another player that I forgot to mention back in the day. Not back in the day, like recently, that this guy's got 1 year left on his contract. There were no contract talks of extension or any of that, which meant that this guy needs to be sold today or this season, or next season he walks for free. And you can't let a player of Wan Bisaaka's caliber walk for free. No chance. No chance. So we're going to sell him. So West Ham look like they're in pole position to sign Aaron Wan Bisaaka. I mean, what I can tell West Ham is that, listen, you guys have just signed yourself a player. Like, if Wan Bisaaka is the player that you're looking for, man, you guys have got a player there for you. And I wish Wan Bisaaka all the best. It's not yet here we go. It's not yet finalized, but we are edging towards that. We're edging towards Aaron Wan Bisaaka heading to West Ham United to join the mighty Hammers. It's gonna be weird, you know. It really is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna get over it because now we're with. I mean, if Wan Bisaaka leaves, then immediately Mazraoui comes in, and then, you know. So I'm excited. I'm excited. A little heartbroken that we're getting rid of Wan Bisaaka, but hey, it's life. It's life. It's life. We need to move on. Second last but not least is Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte is the midfielder that is coming to replace Casemiro, basically. But like I said in my previous episodes, like, I don't feel like he's replacing. I feel like he's coming to be there because we don't know if Casemiro has played his part at Manchester United. So when I say replace, we've only had Casemiro for like 2 seconds. There's no replacing. You know who we're replacing? Carrick. You know why? Because he was there for a very, very long time. So with Casemiro, I don't feel like we're replacing him with Ugarte. I don't think so. I just feel like Ugarte is coming in there to fulfill his job. Now, we can talk until the cows come home and argue about the specifics and all that stuff. But like I said, Casemiro hasn't spent so much time at Manchester United. He hasn't And don't get me wrong when I say this, he hasn't impacted Manchester United in the way that he should have, in order for us to be like, oh my God, we are losing a player. Like, if we sell Casemiro, we need to replace. Nah, it's not like that. You know, like how we replaced Varane with Euro, and we're still trying to get in another center back. That's the same situation with the midfield situation. If Ugarte comes in, it's not that because he's coming to replace Casemiro. Nah, Casemiro looks like he's going to go. We just don't know when. But if he stays, that'll be a different story. But let's just say he does leave, right? Ugarte will be coming there to fill in that position that Casemiro has vacated, and we need to bring in another one because we've always wanted to have a backup. Now I know Kobe Manu, you guys are gonna be like, Kobe Manu is there, but listen, Kobe Manu is a box. It's not a specialist CDM, and we're trying to find a specialist CDM. Zubimendi is another player that is a specialist CDM, but we're not looking into him because we're already looking into Ugarte. So that is where we are, and the Ugarte deal seems very imminent as well. It seems like he'll be coming in because Ugarte, he already agreed personal terms with Manchester United. Like the salary, the add-ons, the whatnots, all that stuff was patterned out by Manchester United and Ugarte. Ugarte is happy. The only thing that Ugarte now is waiting for is for PSG and Manchester United to come to common ground. Find the price, find the right price. And PSG are trying to take a piss because they too are doing business in the market. So they're trying to find a way, you know. Well, I don't know if they're trying to milk us, but they were in the earlier stages. They were throwing some ridiculous numbers, right? They were just throwing some silly numbers, and we're like, hey. But right now it seems like we are coming into an agreement. So until PSG and Manchester United finalize that, that's when we're gonna get a here we go and the deal is done. But as for Manchester United and the player Manuel Ugarte, that is set. That is why the title says he is coming. Ugarte is incoming because he's just waiting for the go ahead. He's just waiting for the go ahead. Wan Bisaaka leaving as well, and then so we are doing the business that we need to do, so that we can bring in the funds, so that we can add the players that we want to add into the roster. But there's a very interesting article that I read about Lindelof starting full training. I don't even know what that is all about. Um, it looked strange in the sense that Lindelof isn't Lindelof part of the isn't Lindelof also left with 1 year left on his contract? Isn't Lindelof part of the players that need to be sold? Like I get we're trying to get Wan Bisaaka and all that stuff gone, but then Lindelof is somebody that's just hiding. Now I'm not trying to get in on Lindelof because I like the Iceman. Lindelof, man, he's done his part for Manchester United, and I like him. And actually, I think Lindelof is cool. He actually reminds me of a movie star. I don't know why, but okay. Anyway, having said that, Lindelof they're saying Lindelof is back to full training, and he's because Lenny Yoro picked up the little injury, which we don't know the extent of it, by the way. But Yoro will be out, and Lindelof is back in, and they're like Lindelof is back to full training, and it looks like he's gonna be there for the game against Betis or the Liverpool game. So I'm trying to understand, how, like, I don't understand why there was this emphasis on him being back to full training, as if we're not trying to get rid of him, as if we're not trying to move on with Lindelof, and that raised an eyebrow to me because I was like, really? I mean, we're trying to get in defenders. What's with this? He's back to full training. Aren't we trying to sell this player? Aren't we trying to gain funds? Like, what's going on? So I don't know about this Lindelof situation. Full training. Where's Harry Maguire? Where's Evans? Like, don't they have any other defenders to come in? Like, I'm okay. I'm not trying to say that Lindelof is a bad defender or anything like that. Like, we're trying to sell players, right? We're already getting rid of Wan Bisaaka. Why is Lindelof still hanging around? Like, what's going on? Why are we not trying to do something there? Because De Ligt is waiting for Manchester United. He is waiting. And I am waiting for De Ligt as well, because I want to see De Ligt. I want to see Yoro. I want to see Mazraoui. You know, man, I want to see Ugarte. I want to see Xerxes there. But I want to see these players. I do. So far, it's 2 down, 3 to go. Ugarte, De Ligt, and Mazraoui. Those are the 3 that we are anticipating, and we are feeling that they should be coming. They should be walking through the doors. Well, Ugarte anytime soon. Mazraoui anytime soon. De Ligt, it might take some time, but I believe that we're going to sign this player. In fact, I like this player a lot. And Manchester United did a very good thing scouting this guy and like locking in on De Ligt, because he possesses qualities that we need at Manchester United. A lot of these kids at Manchester United have never, not a lot of the kids, but a lot of the players have not been challenged in terms of leadership and all that stuff. We've been complaining and wanting leadership at Manchester United. The Butcher and Varane, and Casemiro and Bruno, those guys exemplified the responsibility of taking charge and doing all those things. But we need more. When some of those players are gone, what do we do? Who do we look to? Harry Maguire stepped up and did his thing last season. And now this season, I was about to lose something. Now this season we have got some different players as well. So we're looking forward to moving forward as Manchester United. So thank you everybody for listening to the Glory Red podcast. I thank you for clicking and subscribing. Please leave a comment. Please tell me what you think. I wanna speak to some of you. Like, I don't want to be the only one here that's sitting here and just spewing and saying this is what it is, as if it's all gospel. Now I want to interact with some of you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking. I want to hear where some of your mindset is, so that I can use that and bring it back here, because now I'm taking information from fans. You know, I'm not just seeing things with my own eyes, because the way I interpret information and news is completely different from the way you interpret information and news. So if you interpret it differently and I interpret it differently, and then we bring those ideas together and see how in fact, this is why me and Pastor D work, because Pastor D has a way of making me see things differently, and I too have a way of making him see things differently. 90% of the time, we are all in agreement, me and him. We are all on the same page with whatever it is. It's that 10% where it is, things are just where we don't agree on certain things. He has this opinion, I have my opinion, but we agree to disagree. So I implore you, the people, the listeners, please drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe. Thank you. It's your boy, Dom Benito, and I'm out. Peace.